Not to kick off this speech sounding like a fortune cookie, but I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, and that we, although unknowingly to us, have a certain semblance of predestined fate. Not in a set in stone way, but more when it comes to the people who enter and become a significant part of our lives. I was 12 years old when my parents told my brother and I that we were getting not one, but 2 new siblings. They were planning on adopting 2 children from Ethiopia. Between teenage angst, mathematical satisfaction with the current parent-to-child ratio, and a basic contentment with the status quo, I was not happy at all. But my parents hit me with the parents know best classic go-to line, "You'll thank us one day." And 6 months later, 6-year-old Iyasu and 4-year-old Batri arrived. Between culture shock and language barriers, as well as one too many fire alarms pulled at school in a tantrum, or should I say full-blown meltdown on the floor of Target, my parents quickly realized they needed help. So when my dad's friend offered to take us to a great Italian restaurant and introduce us to the Ethiopian owner, we were at Salute the very next night, and the rest is history. The reason I tell this whole backstory is because without Batri and Iyasu, I would not be at this wonderful celebration tonight. Of course, I thank my parents today because I love Batri and Iyasu, and I can't imagine my life without them. But I am also thankful because without Batri and Iyasu, I would have never met Menbere, someone who's had an undeniable impact on who I am and the woman I've become. I've only said this about 2 people that I know in my life. If I grow up to be half as good a person as Menbere or my mom, I will have done pretty darn good. To know Menbere's strength, her resilience, her selflessness, her conviction, her passion, her courage. As each of you know here, the list goes on, is to be constantly inspired each and every day to do better and be better. She's overcome insurmountable hardship that would deter any average human being, but I guess that's the point. Menbere is anything but average. I mean, who else do you know that has provided 30,000 meals to the homeless, brought over multiple domestic violence victims from across the world for medical care, and fundraised for just about every and any cause you can think about? Menbere gives her entire being to serving others, and then some. This year was her first Mother's Day in 23 years that she has taken off and not worked. Think about it. We all know people are amazing in their own way, but we only know one Menbere. To be able to grow up with Menbere in my life, especially during such formative years, I'm forever grateful for. She's inspired me to dream bigger, to give more, to push myself further, and take advantage of the out of the ordinary opportunities that have come my way. To be true to myself and confident in my convictions, and to live a life full of intention. She's so important to me that last year when I started seriously dating a young man, the first mandatory requirement was that he come to San Francisco and get Menbere's approval. By the way, I kept Menbere and got rid of the guy. To say I'm proud to know Menbere is an understatement. There's no way that just in a few minutes I can verbalize my admiration and gratitude for her. In the early years of knowing Menbere, I remember thinking how much she deserved the perfect partner. But I also wondered how anyone could be good enough for my aunt. The first time we met Yves and I saw the love and utter devotion he showed her, I was thrilled because I knew it was, well, perfect. And that invisible thread had certainly connected these 2 incredible people who clearly were destined to be together. And however many years later, I am so full of joy to be here to witness and celebrate their union. So cheers and congratulations, Menbere and Yves, and thank you for letting me be a part of your special night. All my love.
One more time, give her a big round of applause. All right.